Alright, so today's video, I wanted to go over what my thoughts are in regards to where is local marketing going. We know that AI has made an absolutely enormous impact, and are the days of simply being found in Google and running some ads gone? Like, are those days behind us? That's what I want to explore in this video, so let's jump in. Now, over the last 2 years, I've been doing a lot of work with AI. And when I say a lot of work, we've been running campaigns for clients. And one campaign, we got $600,000 of profit in 90 days, not revenue, profit. And that was using an AI campaign. But they also had local marketing going. So how do the two play together? Well, big takeaways that I'm seeing at the moment in the marketplace. Number one, we're seeing that local marketing is generating less leads for the effort. And what do I mean by that? Well, it means that if you just want to run minimum viable or just let things sit there and do their own thing, you're probably not going to generate that many leads. Now, on the flip side, we're also seeing an exponential shift at the top percentage, which is if you are at the very top, you're getting exponentially more leads now than you ever have. So there's this disproportionate balance of if you're not in the top 5 or top 3, you're not really going to be getting really any return on investment. Now, does that mean it's not worth doing? Well, you only get to the top by growing through it. You can't just jump there one day. Now, with Google Ads, you can. And with Google Ads, again, the costs are becoming very expensive per click, which means cost per lead is increasing. Now, how do you adjust this? Well, what we've been doing with local clients is I've been looking at things differently. Rather than going cost per lead, we say cost per close. That's what we're optimizing for. How do we optimize the entire sales system, the entire optimization and all the different elements there to get the lowest cost per acquisition possible? So rather than saying, you know what, it costs $85 to get a lead, we want to look at how much does it cost to get a close. As an example, there is a painting client that we've worked with for a long time. And for those guys, we were getting leads consistently at about $17 to $19 per lead. Over the last year, we've noticed that got up to about $35 per lead. Now, we were sitting there going, wow, this is really just cutting into their business, because trying to get people to spend more money on their ads is not something that they often are very happy to do. So instead, we said, hey, let's take these leads, let's run them through our speed to lead Android. That is a special AI that we've developed to get back to leads quickly. Now, the core technology of this is, and the core reason behind why it works, is studies have shown that if you get back to a lead in the first 5 minutes, you have a 400% increase in your conversion rate. So how do you do this? Well, we've built out a special system, a special AI-driven system that when leads come through the website, so we'll actually take the ads, we'll run them to dedicated landing pages. We'll generate the leads. So we can improve conversion there rather than just running it straight to a website. Then what we do once the leads are captured is we run them through our AI and SMS system, where it'll actually further qualify the lead. It will also get the lead to agree to a time to be ready for a callback. Sometimes a callback is immediately, and we can get the sales team to call them straight away. Other times it's the next day. And what this does is it stops the weird back and forth where, you get a lead in your inbox and you call them and you say, hey, like you call them at 9:30 in the morning. It's like, cool, they're at work. Or you call them, you don't call them when they come through at 6 o'clock at night. But what if a competitor calls them? That lead is done and closed before you even see them. But if they come through at 6 o'clock at night and then you've had an SMS conversation with them, or at least your AI has, that's where you're then able to take the lead the next morning, because they already are expecting a phone call at 8:30 in the morning. They're sitting there ready by their phone, they put time aside and they're ready to take that call. So that's one of the trends I'm seeing with ads. And it goes for Facebook ads as well, is looking at cost per acquisition or cost per close of a sale, not cost per lead. And that's a huge shift. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing is we're starting to see the emergence, this is particularly in the Google results, of AI-driven websites. That is directories and pseudo directories that have been built out of AI content. And as a result, they're able to rank quite quickly, and they just run the whole thing AI. Now, most of these sites and directories aren't actually businesses. They're not actually real people. They're just going to gather leads and sell them to someone else. So how do you counteract this if you're a business owner? A couple of ways. One, people check reviews. And reviews are extraordinarily difficult to fake. All of the review platforms have spent a lot of money building algorithms to detect fake reviews. So it's really difficult to counteract that. So the best thing is to start a review generation campaign, which means that when people finish your service, or let's say just as an example, you're a house painter again. You go, you do a job, as soon as you issue the invoice, they also go into a review generation campaign. That is a campaign of emails and a couple of SMSs that will ask them for a review and maybe incentivize them, depending on the platform and what's allowed. Now, what this does is it dramatically increases your review generation, which means that A, your Google My Business, your Yelp, your TrueLocal, your Trustpilot, all these things actually gain more momentum. And B, when people check out different businesses, and 73% of people check out reviews before they buy, when people are doing that, they're actually seeing, wow, these guys have got great reviews. So it's another thing to do there is build out a review generation campaign. Better yet, build out a review generation and management campaign with AI. And what you can have is a campaign that will customize the messages, act like an actual human, because it will review the notes, it will review the job, it will review the address, and actually send personalized messages, which as a result leads to a much more higher response rate. And then if you plug that into a review response system, what you end up with is SEO optimized responses to every review that comes through, which doubles the amount of content Google's got to work with and also helps boost your overall results in the maps. So that's the second big thing we're seeing. The next thing that I highly recommend to all of our clients now is content. Now, content comes in two forms. The first form is website content for topical authority. This isn't necessary in every single industry. Some industries and some competition levels it is, some it's not. Happy to let you know if it's something that you need to be worried about. But when I say content, I'm talking about this, YouTube content, shorts, building that social brand, because where 73% of people check out reviews before they buy, 87% of people have reported in the last month going and checking out the social media of a company before they do business. And personally, I know I do this all the time. If I'm going to look for an accountant, if I'm going to go somewhere to get the car washed, if I'm going to go out to dinner at a restaurant, I always look at the social media to see a little bit more about the business. You want to check the opening hours. You know that they're going to post on their social media if the opening hours have closed or if they're changed or anything's happened that's your big event. It's just going to be announced there so you know what's up to date. So generating a great quality social media content has never been more important. Now, the challenge with this is most people don't have the time or they don't know what to post. So this is where we've actually released a new system, a new product offering, which is actually organic thought leader content creation. Now, thought leader content creation is where we'll actually jump on a podcast call. We'll jump on a call much like this for an hour a month. And from that, we can produce daily content to position you as the thought leader in the industry and to help people really put a face to a brand. And that face to the brand is your defense in an AI-driven world. Humans, there's an old saying, people don't buy from businesses, people buy from people. And the same thing's going to happen through this AI generation. Yes, there'll be some heavily AI-driven automation businesses, and there's going to be some businesses that are heavily human-driven. I don't believe that AI-driven is going to be an advantage. I believe that utilizing AI is absolutely crucial, or else you're not going to be in business in 10 years. And just want to lay that out there. In 10 years, if you're not fully utilizing AI in every aspect of your business, you're out of business, period. There's no amounts of ads, there's no amount of anything that can save that because your competitive advantage is going to be gone. You're not going to have the margins, you're not going to have the ability to outspend lack of adoption of technology. So that's the other thing, is getting that content going. And again, that's something we can help with. Or it's something that if there's demand, drop comments below this video and I'll actually shoot a video teaching people how to essentially run through that framework to generate that sort of content that will help build the thought leadership so that they can actually stay ahead in these times. So that is it. I really want to get this video out for you guys because I know that a lot of our clients and a lot of people that may have never actually been a client, but we stay in close contact with, we help throughout the time. A lot of people are struggling. The economy is definitely shifting. And we're in a really interesting phase where the printed money that ran through the economy for so long and just stimulated everything, that money is starting to come to an end across the globe. And what that's going to do is it's going to slow the economy, which means that you really have a choice. You have a choice to either suffer and to deal with a slower business, or you have a choice to say, you know what, we're going to adopt, we're going to innovate, and we're going to grow through this process. We're going to adjust our strategies and we're going to grow with it. So that is it. That is where that's the core things. In the next video, I'm going to run through a really cool technique. I mentioned at the beginning of this video how we had generated $600,000 of profit for a client in 90 days. In the next video, I'm actually going to run you through that. I'm going to walk through what that looks like, how it works, essentially what it would look like if you wanted us to look at your database and do something like that for you. So with that said, have a fantastic day. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you soon.